Real integrity is doing the right thing, knowing that nobody's going to know whether you did it or not. And that is a really important quote for me, because too often people do things because they think somebody else is going to notice, but their sort of heart isn't really in it. They're doing it because they think somebody will see it. And actually what real integrity is doing the right thing irrespective of whether anybody knows. And so it's about values, and I think that's really important to me. There are so many things that I'm proud of in my career, and some of them can be really what some people might think are really small. It can be a good day at work, a good clinical shift where you really felt that you'd given the best care possible to people, or you'd had a real impact on somebody. But I think if I think more about my national role, I would say one of the things I'm proudest of were the 6 Cs. People were complaining about nurses, saying that they didn't care, that they weren't compassionate, that they were too posh to wash and too posh to care for people. And the 6 Cs really gave our profession something to hold on to. And the impact that had was phenomenal, so much so that in 2018, 96% of the population said nurses were the most trusted profession. Ipsos Mori, who carry out that poll, said it was down to the 6 Cs. And for me, that was fantastic. There was an amazing nursing officer called Nola Ishmael, who was a nursing officer at the Department of Health. And when I went to work for Sarah Mullally, who was then the chief nursing officer, she was brilliant and sort of took me under her wing and helped me get used to what was the new national role. But I've also had people that are not nurses that have been really good role models and good mentors. So people that have got a breadth and of experience across the NHS and through a learning set that I've been part of for 20 years. Some of those individuals have been really influential for me over the years, and people that I really trusted to be able to talk to when things were difficult. And all of us have difficult times. So my advice would be take risks and try new things. Live your values, do things for the right reason, and always think about the impact that your actions will have on others, whether that be colleagues or your patients or your just the team that you're working in. But make the most of it, and overall enjoy it. It's a wonderful profession. It's incredibly hard work, but you get so many different rewards and you have such a positive impact on so many people. Managing mental health throughout the pandemic, I think, has really been crucial for so many people. For me, I found that actually going back to work and helping was quite important for me, because in the run-up to me actually returning to help with COVID, I was getting personally incredibly stressed and distressed that so much was going on. So many people were, working incredibly hard, and I was an extremely experienced nurse, leader and manager and director, and I wasn't doing anything. We were lucky enough to get £5 million from TikTok. So I set up a subsidiary charity of the Royal College of Nursing Foundation charity, which is one I chair. And we used that £5 million to distribute financial support and psychological support and recovery support to all frontline health and social care workers. I don't know. And I think that might be because I am a woman, and I really don't know what difference it would have been if I'd been a man. I was still lucky enough to do very senior jobs. I was the most senior nurse in the country. I was the deputy chief exec of the biggest strategic health authority in the country for a while. So I've been able to achieve quite a lot. But I'm also aware that there have been times when, as a woman, I may not have been listened to, I may have been ignored, I may not have been respected. So it does exist, and it did exist a lot. I think it's better. I think there is much more awareness. I think there's much more equality. I'll go back 20 years. So that would have been obviously 2001. And this was one of the sort of parts of my career where I think I probably had quite a big learning curve. And it had a real impact on me and and the way I continue to work from going forward. And the lesson and the one thing I would change is, don't take things at face value. Don't believe everything that you're told. And always look for proper assurance. Don't be afraid to call out poor culture and poor behaviour when you see it. It's hard to do, very hard to do, but I've done it subsequently, and it's back to that stuff right at the beginning I talked about, which is real integrity, is doing the right thing even if people don't always know that you've done it. I'd just like to take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you. You have been through 3 really difficult years, and your contribution both through the pandemic and before that will have been significant. You're at the start of your nursing careers, and I just want to wish you all the luck in the world. Enjoy it, take every opportunity that you're given, and do our profession proud.